Hello everyone, welcome today in this video uh, in which I will talk about the top 5 books that I have read in this year of 2020. Uh, as you know, this year was a bit disturbed by many circumstances uh, that didn't like everybody, but that's the that's the atmosphere of life, and goes on. So the top 5 books, I will start with the number 5, a book by Sigmund Freud, which is a general introduction to psychoanalysis. The the title is a bit long, but and also the book is a bit long, but it's very enjoying. I enjoyed reading it. As you know, Freud is a German Jewish psychoanalyst who was known, and he's still known by his great contributions in the frame or the area of psychoanalysis. So in this book, uh, he introduced us to the word of psychoanalysis. So I advise everyone who is interested in this area of, of, of knowledge, or this area of psychology, to start with this book, because it's very amazing. It talks about dreams. It talks about the brain, and many things. And one thing that I still recollect from this book is uh, is his way of explaining the dream. And he said that dreams are like a complement, or a backup to the dreams that we have in our mind, the wishes and the fears that we have in our minds, and so on. So the dream is like the place that we go to, we escape to. It's like it's like a hiding place from reality, and from our fears, and our points, or our points that make us always disturbed, and always not at ease, in our way of thinking, and in our way of living. That's why he said the dreams are just like a backup to our reality, and so on. It's like a resort, or the escaping place that we go to hide our fears, and so on. So this is the a very short introduction. Maybe I didn't explain it well, but you will understand when you read it, because it is like a bunch of ideas in this book, and I admire it very much. So this is the number 5 book that I liked in this year of this year of Corona, because Corona had me a lot. Yeah, well, like, it's the quarantine, the quarantine. We have a lot of time. That's why I read uh, quite a lot. So the second book is this one, because first of all, it's in Arabic. It's the Arabic version of it. It's called Al Amir, or The Prince, by Machiavelli, and everyone knows this book is very amazing because it talks about the psychology of politics and the psychology also of the ruler, psychology of the governor who rules people, who rules a company, who rules starting from a company, or rules like a people, like a president or a king or something. This is the way he explains his mentality to guide people and to be loved and feared at the same time. This is very hard to achieve, to be loved and feared at the same time. Many of critics and writers didn't like his idea or his ideas of ruling people, and they say that he is a totalitarian or a dictator or something like that. But in the end, every leader on the earth must have read The Prince, because the Prince is amazing. His ideas about politics and so on. He explained a bunch of things about how to rule people and how they can love you and fear you at the same time. That's why if you go to for instance, a successful country, this is just my own interpretation. This is just my own interpretation. This is not a fact. This is my fact. If you go to a country and if it is successful, or for instance, a company, and you ask yourself why this company is very successful and so on, and the idea is the leader or the leaders of that that company must have read Machiavelli, because how can I say it? Because we are humans, and humans tend to be free, but when for instance I don't give you the all of your freedom, you work, you fear me, you fear about your posts, you fear about your life, even your life, so you will work as I told you, because this is his way of thinking. And return to my saying that every successful country is very strict. So strict to it's for the sake of everyone to go on in this like the dreams of the country, the dreams of the leader must be with some it's a bit say with some force to be realized in the reality, because a lot of freedom doesn't make achievements. And this is just my own interpretation. This is not a fact. I say my own interpretation. The third book that I have read, it's not a book, it's a play. I don't have it in my hands here, but I have it in my mind. It's The Comedy of Errors by William Shakespeare. The Comedy of Errors. The Comedy of Errors is a play that talks about it's a comedy first that talks about two princes, Dromio and Dromio. They are called the same name, but they are twins. They are like each other, and and each of them has a servant. And when for instance Dromio the first Dromio asks something from his servant, he will miss no, or he will think that's that the servant is his servant, but he is his brother's servant. And there was like a bunch of confusion. The central theme is confusion, but that makes fun and like laughed into the audience at that time of Shakespeare, and also at this time, because people in the theater like to see, especially in comedy, like to see the people laughing at, or the people who are like, for instance, slapped by somebody, or something like that, and that's makes a laugh, or a reaction of laughter into the audience. But anyway, that's that's a that's a very classic way of making comedies. But now things have changed in a bit of in the theater, because people people have changed, because people's minds have changed, and people's living have changed, because the culture is changing. That's it. So the the fourth book. The fourth book is everyone knows this man, of course. It's the Arabic version also. The الأب الغني الأب الفقير. The Robert Kiyosaki. Kiyosaki, the Poor Dad and the Rich Dad. This book I advised all of my friends to read this book, because it highlights a very important frame of thinking, which is to build yourself, to do your own project and so on, and not all the time rely or depend on the government. So the idea is Kiyosaki has two fathers. The first father is poor, and the second father is rich, and he is like explaining the difference between his two fathers. So the first father, the poor father, was thinking like a poor father. In his way of thinking, he despises rich people, and he said about them bad things, and he said they are liars and a bunch of people who does not have any morals and so on. And the opposite is the rich dad. The rich dad was advising him all the time to work on himself, and to build himself, to build his skills, and to know that the entrepreneur skills to help him in life, and this is the only way to build and to build a rich man. This is a rich thinking, because he said that that's richness or poverty is just about thinking, because if you believe something, you will be, and this is the whole idea. So if you read it, if you read it before, please reread it, because it's very amazing. It's a very amazing book that's influenced me and influenced all of my friends. So the best one, I mean the best book of this year for me is Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe no longer a tease. Chinua Achebe is very amazing because it's like it, he spoke about a topic that interests me and that includes me because it includes me as an African, as an African or as a Moroccan. I belong to this land of Africa, and his main theme is colonialism. He talks about colonialism, Eurocentrism, and many things, and what the colonists done in Nigeria, in his home country. I don't want to speak about this book too much because it has very it's very touching. The themes and the events touch me a lot because it's like it includes me because I am too an African, and what happens to these people maybe happens to my grandfathers in Morocco too, because you know the story of French colonialism and so on. And this book I already talked about in another video. I will leave it for you in the description, and that's it. Thank you so much. I hope that you have enjoyed this like tremendous moment, and that's it. Thank you so much. See you.